Today's still 129. 129.25. Somehow I got disconnected. I was talking about a bee. So, oh, we don't want you that way. So let me turn you around here. So that bee that I was just talking about, and this is going to be a different subject, but well, it's the same subject about the bees. So I was showing a bee how I revived a bee, and well, I revived the bee. I was getting ready to put it in the hive, and on his little stick, and the stick twitched and the bee fell off, and I couldn't find it for a second. I found it on my knee. I went to pick it up to put it in the hive, and the bee flew away. I revived it pretty well. So I've got another girl here. I've been working on her for about 10 minutes. She came in last night, probably maybe dark, I don't know, and she was flying towards the hole of the hive. She just didn't have the energy, and so she flew underneath the hive. So you can just picture it. She's coming in. There's the hole. There's the hole. I ain't got no. Am I gonna make it? And she drops down and she flies underneath the hive, and there, she couldn't move any. She couldn't move anymore. Her wings froze up. Her muscles froze up in her legs, and there she sat all night in 23 degree temperature. Well, this is her. I've been working on her for about 10 minutes maybe. She's got pollen on her legs, right? So she was loaded, coming in too late. She went too far, too late yesterday, and she was coming in, and she went into hypothermia, and so now I have seen a couple twitches of her antenna in the last minute or so, but really subtle. Usually, when it's that subtle, when the movement doesn't improve over a certain period of time, they're usually done. There's just too much damage done, and they usually don't come back. And I've never seen a bee that I worked on this long ever come back. So 23 degrees was just too much for her. I haven't given up yet. I'm one of those sigma males that empaths that we just keep working. It's like if we think that there's a chance of life, um, human or animal, it doesn't matter. Um, we'll keep going until we're fully confident that that life cannot be saved. Guess I would have made a good doctor. So what are you gonna do, girl? You gonna make it or not? Your body's warm now. And you can see the pollen on her legs there, maybe. I don't know, the yellow. There it is right there. She was digging in the dirt. Yeah, that pollen's dirty. So she was a dog digging bee. They dig like a dog, and and they'll, yeah, I don't have much hope for this one. It's been a long time. Typically when I do this, it about a minute, doing this. Don't forget to move the eyes. Typically after about a minute, they'll come to, or not all the way, but I'll see movement. I did see some movement a couple minutes ago on her antenna, but I haven't seen any since. So I think the 23-degree temperatures was just too hard on her. Trying to revive one bee. The queen lays like 3,000 a day or up to that. I'm here trying to save one bee. That's just me. Wee. So anyway, so I'll just kind of let her sit. Now there has been ones that I picked up and I put them in a jar with a screen on the top, brought them in the house, just waited overnight, and I'll be doggone if somebody wouldn't crawl around the top trying to get out. So you never know. I might just set her right here. Just set her on this towel here, kind of in a bright light, and give her some time. Maybe go put her in front of the heater. That's where I put myself when I'm cold or too cold. So I'm going to do a brief little workouts video. But so I've showed you that. Did I go out to the hive? No. So I got this tripod that I use. It used to be those VCR tripods, but I use a rubber band to compensate for the attachment of things. Just one rubber band. It's probably easier than my rubber band works so well. It was easier than trying to attach my tripod actually to my camcorder, the big VCR, VHS tapes, the big ones long ago where your camcorder was about as, it looked like your camcorder looked like those big studio type monsters, And so here's my beehive today, and I'll set you right here. Right here, let's just sit down right here. Wobble, wobble, wobble. And so the sun's shining brightly today. It's a nice bright sun. Like a nice bright sun. Everybody likes a nice bright sun, don't we? Of course we do. This will kind of keep you level here. So today I only got a couple dead bees here. Oh, looks like another girl didn't make it. She's loaded with pollen and she came in too late last night. Look at all that pollen. This is what I do. Typically I always throw them in a container. Dead or it's dead. But she was trying to get underneath of a leaf. So she was trying to save her own life. I doubt she did it. Now, I've only done this a couple times. This is like, I think, the second time this year I did this. I generally don't do this because, I don't want to risk getting that bee sting on the lip, And she looks dead as dead. It got really cold, 23 degrees. Damn. If you were sitting out with no clothes on, 23 degrees, most likely, you'd be a goner by morning, right? You, me, both. I do this more of a curiosity thing, like, I wonder if I can bring that back. It's kind of like a challenge thing. I like challenges, as long as they're realistic and pragmatic, Can you leap that tall two-story building in a single bound? No, can you? No, I just wanted to see if you could. Okay, whatever. Dumb question. So there she's, I see no twitching. No twitching, no movement. Yeah, she looks like a goner. Well, I'll work on her. The bees aren't, I'm kind of surprised they're not flying around a lot. It's actually kind of nice out here. It feels like 45, maybe 23 killed all my bees. Froze them all, they're all dead. I don't know. I haven't seen any come out except for the one I revived earlier. I revived it and it just, once it got its muscles working, I'll be doggone if it didn't fly out of my hand and just flew away. Didn't go to the hive, it flew away. It's like, what? It's like she didn't even go to give her a chance to go in there and fully warm up. I guess I did a good job. When they're outside the hive, I don't try to revive those. Because many times they'll have maybe a disease or they're old and they're being pushed out because they're dead, right? So the only ones that I might try to revive are the ones that have pollen, that look like they came in and their heads are pointed towards the hive and they just drop, probably because their wing muscles got too cold and they cramped up and they just dropped. And that's what happened to this girl in my hand here. She was coming back with her load, and she got so close, but yet still far, far away, even though the hole is real close. Yeah, I'm really surprised there's nothing flying around right now. Because I'm thinking they're waiting for that sun to hit that entrance. Compression. I'm doing a compression on a bee. Tweezers. Oh, she fell down. She got attached. Oh, maybe she grabbed it. Oh my gosh, I probably stepped on her. Stepped on her. I have no. Oh, there you are, girl. You took a pretty good swing, didn't you? Yeah, there she is. She must have gotten attached to my tweezers. Well, I'm going to put her in the entrance because maybe they'll take her pollen. She has like looks like a pretty thick coat too. The coat wasn't thick enough. Still, children, don't try this at home. Yeah, I didn't get it. So I came out here last night when the sun went down, and oh, there's one girl coming out. So I'll let that heat. So there's heat coming out of that little hole there, and there's heat coming out. So there's a constant heat coming out. So I'm not sure if they're gonna take her and fly off with her body or take the pollen and nectar that she spent time collecting. I don't know. Anyway, please be humble and kind. Subscribe, thumbs up, leave a message if you want. Help this channel grow. I'm going to be making lots of podcasts. And if you subscribe, that's the only way the channel can grow is if you subscribe. Otherwise, it just kind of sits there like this piece of wood. Just sits there and does nothing, right? And it's I won't be able. I'm not going to eventually bring any more content because I got to move on and maybe do some crypto or something. Do something that can pay my bills. And I'm a vet, and I'm certified disabled, fully disabled, and so I need to have some income to pay my home, my mortgage, and living expenses. And so I need to do something. I can't carry a job because I can't trust my back to hold up on things, and I wouldn't be reliable employee that someone can trust without maybe collapsing. I mean, I can do everything, but I don't never know when you have stenosis, and you're told that someday you could end up crippled for the rest of your life, and you don't want to get in a situation where you're working on a job and you keep going even though your back's saying, hey man, you need to stop. But because you're on a job and you've got this expectation that you got to do this because this is what you're getting paid for, and you keep pushing and then you do that day after day. It irritates the stenosis, the injury, and could lead to bruising of the nerve, which can cause it can sever the nerve. Deep bruising can sever a nerve. So yeah. So I decided to do podcasting, eventually get into cryptocurrency exchange, like be my own broker, crypto broker, and just gonna see how it works. Pay the bills. You know. So please subscribe, and you have a nice day. Bye now.